Hey guys, welcome again to our channel. I am ready for love. Thank you again for joining us for one more episode. Please remember to like this video. Yes, like the video even before we start, right? And drop your comments down below. Thanks again for joining us.
Alright, so today we're going to be talking to these two lovely people and this one as well to get the male perspective about sex in marriage, because I don't have married people. Yeah. Big up the red plate taxi them on the road. So we have some very open people here who are willing to share, and some little slightly open
Getting
people.
opening.
So we're going to delve into issues that persons in their relationships may face as it relates to sex, and we'll see where it takes us. Alright? Over to you. Or do you want to introduce themselves? Introduce themselves.
Yeah man, tell how long they have been
married.
No man, how long they have been red plate. You understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is Melia, and I have been married for 9 years.
Ooh.
Yeah. 9 years going strong.
Can close our eye and drive, is it?
The police can't stop this driver.
Don't stop at all. Hi, I'm Ken, and I've been married for 6 years. This year is going to be 7 years.
Alright, so I don't know, so yeah, we have been married for how long have you?
About 3 months, 4 months,
5
months.
5 months, 2 weeks, 2 days, and
Oh, okay then.
When you on the road,
Yeah.
Newest drivers on the road,
Yeah.
but they're coming.
Okay.
So take it away.
Alright, so the first question is I would want to ask the senior drivers on the road is what do you classify sex as in a marriage relationship? What is sex? So that's the first one.
For me, sex is intimacy. Intimacy. Sex can be from the argument, the conversations that you're having. It can be from the slight touches, leading up to the main course. Yeah, that for me is sex. Sometimes you have a foreplay for 1 whole week, and for a weekend you just drive right through.
Right through.
But let us get, because we need to understand. So like foreplay for the weekend, like what are some of the things that we basically do to engage yourself in foreplay?
It could conversations, the type of conversation that you have with your partner. Maybe your partner might be at work, the text that you send, because even though we have been married, we are senior drivers, and at the beginning, you just dip on it right through, you just knock it straight. But as you like become more busier, right? You still have to maintain things. You might not be going as hard as you used to, but you still have to maintain. So there are little things that you do to keep it spicy, right? You keep the fire going. You want to ensure that you maintain this, because it is very important. Very, very much important. So it can be the conversations from you wake up in the morning based on what you say to your partner. Throughout the day, your text, you might send a text when you come home in the night. The little hug up, kiss up, foot pan, foot.
Not to cut you, Ken. So, even the way you attire can spark the sex mode.
Exactly.
Because as for my husband, he just wants me to put on one look at him skin or something. He just stand at attention. I'm ready to drive.
Very much important.
Yes.
The attire is important,
And that
because
goes
men are visual.
Yes.
Men are visual. We just
So
need
what
to
what the
say
females need? Give some advice to the men out there
So
where say
understand.
the men where say me no forget it already, and then I think about the work starting up through the week, the before you start drive, you have to check the engine, you check the tire them before you can run the road. So tell the man them
Well,
what
yes-
them need to do.
yes,
What
if-
will you want?
Well, you see, for me, it would if me throughout the week now if my husband not look for me, because me know my husband is very touchy feely and me love them something. So you say in my past, you know, if me even long as I'm a part, I'm gonna make a little touch.
Yeah.
You know, or send
And
a
I
text.
give her that little,
Yes,
feel,
yes,
give her that little
yes,
chill, you know.
you know?
Yeah,
Yes.
give her that little
Make
chill.
a- you know, just pass, so you know, just pass me like that, you know. You have to stop and
Pat it.
alright, baby. I want to go chops, something on the neck, and so on, you know. And you pass and you go and do what you do. You wake me up long time with a kind of Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm ready. So, and you know, send a text, write even a letter, note. I love the notes.
I love to write notes.
I love
Yeah,
notes.
I love them too. That's how my husband and I started with the notes. Even up until today, I wrote him a note. We used to pass each other on the way going to work. And one morning, I told the taxi driver to stop. And I just handed him the note. And up until today, he has that note. And I put on a
No,
little lipstick.
what she put in that
I
note
put on a little lipstick and I kiss the note. So, you know, it's
I'm learning
holding,
here,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, it's holding
Yeah.
up until today. He still have that note.
My
yes.
husband write me note, this still have it. Still have it.
Because I remember one time you said you guys used to go to the beach and like have like just chill days. We want to talk and things. So does that contribute to the adding to the feeling and the fire? So when the time come now, you're just ready.
Yeah, man, everything contribute to it. Going out, as you say, just having conversations, meaningful conversations, and so on. You know, having conversation about each other, what we're feeling in the moment, and what we're looking forward to over the weekend. Because some of we have children and in the place and so on. Sometimes you have to get rid of them, man, so you can tear down the place.
So as you mentioned children, how does children change the
Sex
relationship?
life.
A lot. Because, you know, especially when they're small, you have to wait until, like Kelly said, you have to wait until Kelly's gonna sleep. Or if you want teeth a little piece, you know, you have to get up in the bathroom and teeth a little piece. Yeah, so children kind of change your sex life. You have to be careful.
You have to be more careful, and you have to, you can't do it everywhere you please anymore. You have to be very much careful.
But then you find that this little sneaking moments that
Yeah,
enhance
it
the
does add-
relationship.
it adds
'Cause
something to
when
it,
you when you
does
have
it?
teeth
Yeah,
a piece
you
and
might get
you
catch.
you're there on
Yeah,
your piece
man.
and your pubes and you're looking for that
Yeah.
and come.
Adrenaline.
Nice.
Hurry up! Yeah, I said, hurry up, man. Baby soon wait, or he might come.
It kinda enhance the thing,
Like
you know?
that thing there, yeah.
Okay. Anything you want?
But
to
children affect it. It definitely affect it. You don't have that much time for each other anymore. And so on, you know, you have to limit the time. And you do sometimes children come into and they take over some people sex life because they are now paying more attention to the children and less time to each other. So you want to ensure that you balance that out as well.
Alright, so next question from us too. We're thinking, we know that for most Christians per se, we have a lot of denominations, and some church are a bit more strict when it comes down to sex, and they want to dictate a certain how exactly
We don't
sex
got
is
church.
to be done.
No, we're not
We're not
going
going
to
to
church.
church.
Yeah,
We're not going to church.
so let's hear from you. So from a Christian perspective then, do you think position is limited? What you really do in sex, do you think it's limited? Like, how is it for you guys?
Not at all. There is a scripture that says that the marriage is honorable and the bed is undefiled.
Yeah.
We don't go to that church. We have a pastor,
Who
My
endorse, who fully endorse.
fully
My
endorsed.
God.
Right, you.
right?
Any route taxi.
Yeah, and as for me and my house,
Mm.
anywhere you can't make nothing jealous. The stove, the fridge, the dresser, the dining table, anywhere, the veranda, the grill, no make nothing jealous. Christmas, everybody.
Everybody.
Yes, so
Everybody
it's
gets
not
Christmas.
confined to the matrimonial bed per
Yeah.
se.
So when you know got married
everywhere.
people, yeah, be careful where you sit down.
Everything, Chris.
That's true. That's true. For me, as Neela said, we don't go to that church that put restrictions because God made us so wonderfully, like, you know, He gives you an imagination, you know. Can you imagine God make you with such a mind and then for you only to use it to do one thing? You know, you can't be so monotonous, you know. You have to
Creative.
be
And then
creative.
it's gonna get
and,
bored.
and you're going to be bored, and sometimes your partners, there are so many things now out there about sex. If you even go on the internet, the first thing you see pop up is something sexual. You can imagine your partner now, you just lie down, so give me that, and then both swing up on the internet and pop up and say, why you could have turned sideways, you could have turned back way.
So how do you open up the conversation to maybe I have a man that grew up in a very conservative community, and that community they say that way you're another way you're alone. You can't go if you don't know
That
else.
else. Never that
The
else.
angel of the Lord is not passed
Yes.
by.
Well,
So
one
what
of
you tell him wife now how to open up that conversation. He said, babe, we can try something else, you know.
I believe that you see from the dating, the courting stage, and yeah, the marriage counseling and so on. Some of these issues need to be addressed in that part. You can't wait till when time you go into the marriage to address these issues. Like, oh, we are talking about sex. What are your beliefs on sex? You know, and based on what you tell you know, we need to address that from then because you can't go when you're reaching at that time you say I try to change him. You cannot change him that time.
Then
You should
suppose-
try to address it that way.
What if now me well want the man, and if the man say I saw, then I suck and me I try to keep the man, but then curiosity pop up like 5 years on, and me I say, but want to try something else, or maybe I was somebody who in the streets and me know the things them, but because me want this man me I go carry it down and say alright I just got one something here we I go do. How now me I go open up that to say alright these we can try one or something. Maybe me go in the room now and we do that one something there and me go bust a style pan him now and he must say no! How me I go work out that?
I don't think that you should go into the room and try something
Frightening.
else. Frightening
Frightening.
like that. I don't think that is going to work, but it's something that you need to have conversation. And that is something that is lacking. People don't have conversation about sex.
Right.
So you have your needs, you have your desires that your husband don't know. You understand? You keep them in your mind and you should be able to express it to them. Like, you know, so if suppose you're doing married and you have this type of belief, maybe you want to gently introduce other things to him. So you might maybe watch a video, show him a video with other people, and maybe he might just say a little word that but
Some Christians for real.
but you know, gently in the honey, let us try. Can we try something? But it's definitely something that you want to talk about. And yes, when people tell them things from the get-go, people believe them. If they tell you say, oh, but that alone nobody thinks you can change your mind or whatever. Discuss these things because you know what you want.
Alright, I have a question. So, you know, for one, the female anatomy is very much intricate, and sometimes men seemingly not necessarily understand that the road to please a woman may not be so simple as it is to please a man. So, what would you say to men out there in terms of helping them to understand that it may require a bit more than what it really takes to satisfy a man, to satisfy the woman?
One a pressure
How do you
cooker
help them?
and one a microwave.
It is good to know your likes and your dislikes and what you like in the bedroom from what you do not like. And as we come back again to communication, you know, because sometimes, remember, you never live with your partner before, you were not having sex before, so you don't know what you like. If you know as the woman or you as the man, you have to tell your partner, say, honey, because he come now think him a doing best thing, you know, because that he used to work for him at that point, but now you are different. So now when you get that now, that not pleasing, that not taste good to you. So you have to say, honey, but you have to do it gently, because you know you don't want to destroy the man's ego. So you want to make sure, so you're honey, but you want with yourself, you're bad, you're bad. You're bad.
Look
However,
Yes.
that look a suck.
Yes.
When you did it, because some people like the boom, bam, 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 and say when you do that, you might hurt things, you might tear things, you might destroy things. So you want to make don't bother sit down and bear the pain.
Yeah.
Don't bear it. Communicate with your partner and make him know what you're feeling and say, honey, you need to be more gentle when you are doing that.
So you're basically saying don't mistake pleasure for pain.
Don't mistake pleasure for pain.
And another thing, what men should understand, a woman is like an electric iron.
We take time to
We take time to eat up.
Talk to me.
And we take time to cool down.
Yes.
So we not just like this slap bam, thank you, madam, something. You take your little time, that's when eat up, and then when you're going at the moment now, you do your thing, when you're done, plug out, we take a little time. Women love to be comforted after that. After you go on that iCloud, we love to be comforted. So nobody just slam bam and you just jump off and you're gone. No.
Alright, later.
Yeah.
Take your time.
You caress and you hug and
That's why we say foreplay is it.
Yeah.
Foreplay? Foreplay is very, very, very much
Before and
important.
after play.
And even after play, because at the same time you don't want your partner to feel at the end of it that that was just all you wanted and you get it, so you just turn pan for your side and gang and stay for the business with your partner. You want to make sure you cuddle, you want to make sure you talk about even what has just taken place, so you can know what needs to be improved on and what we need and so on and these things. So it's communication.
Sometimes my husband will say, oh God, what a blessing. Thank you, Lord. I would just laugh and, cuddle.
I said, how was that for you, honey? Did you enjoy that?
Talk about it.
Did you talk
It's not
about
sin.
It's not sin, man. It's something to embrace.
Alright. We know sometimes that there are persons out there, they are suffering from sexual disorders and sometimes they don't even know. So say for instance, there are some men perhaps who have a condition whereby they may take a longer time to ejaculate. Some ejaculate way before the time. So we know it's a sexual disorder. So from a woman's perspective, how do you really encourage men? Because I know that men sometimes have this ego challenge. How do you encourage men to address this problem? So they can't perform long, or they go on it, but they can't ejaculate. It's just like forever.
Well, some of them will ejaculate early. Sometimes it's a medical condition, and we might need to go to the doctor to sort it out, because we're not just going to leave you for that, and you must be open and you have the issue, so be willing to go and sort it out. Seek advice, seek help about it, because one of the main things you want to ensure that you're pleasing your partner, right? So we can talk about it. We can go to go see like a medical doctor to find out if there's something that we can do to. And as we say now, for the one where take long to come, yes, there are things that you can do before you make it. You deal with it on a level, and because it take long, but some of them have some ways still.
But it can be long and pleasurable, so the woman can hold out long too.
Different stuff.
Do different things. Do different things, because it take long to come. Do different things, because if your vagina might run out of things, the lubricant down there, you can't sustain that for that long period of time that he's willing to go.
Yes.
But you have lubricant other place, so you just work on it. Use that part.
Simon say.
And as for the quick goers, if you find that sometimes when man go quick, and say woman take a little while sometimes, so him rest and you go again.
And sometimes temperature can have a lot to do with it.
And anxiety too.
Yes.
So the mind has a lot to do with it.
Yes.
So,
And sometimes, so maybe he needs to think about something else, when he feels that desire building up no time, maybe he needs to divert to a different thought, because sometimes that is the issue. You know, you can divert to a different thought to delay the quick coming.
Alright, so another reality that we know sometimes is a problem for some couples. Some couples have actually developed their strategies in terms of how they deal with this. So we want to find out now from these two red plate operators, right? So we know that the female have their cycle, the menstrual cycle, and then there's going to be a couple of days out of every month that they may experience their period. Now, how is it that you manage or you really deal with this in your relationship, and how would you encourage even men to be tolerant and to be understanding of their spouse when they're going through this phase?
Well, for me, you know, started no say. That was a part of the woman's system before, because he learned it in high school.
Okay.
So, when that time comes, you just have to just break for that period. Although for some people, it must work that way for some people, because me say, when one place is out of use, you know, other places are in use.
Okay.
So you can make use of other places and other spaces. While that one is maybe shut down. When that part shut down,
total shutdown.
it's not a total shutdown for some people.
You still can do
You
the
still
little
can
things
do
to
little
spark.
things to spark things, you know.
So
And
sex
if
is
you
not
spark-
just limited to those kind
It's
of
not
things.
just limited to that place alone. You have other places, people,
So engage.
to engage.
Alright. Nina?
Oh, you
Just,
do that.
just as Kian said. It's not just sex is not just confined to the vagina. You have other places, other spaces, so make use of them, people.
Because some persons, while they're on their period, they reach a higher peak in their drive.
Yes.
So what you do with them, the drive then? When you know say you can't use that space here, you have to find somewhere else to use.
Yeah, other things. You know, you have other what is the word? Erogenous zones on your body. You understand? So you just make use of those things. Do you look at other things? Do these other little things to get your partner to arrival, and also you can come to a JFK.
Or Norman Manley.
One of them. You can come to that because you're on your cycle. That must stop you from come. And I know that because I experienced that. You know, during that time of the month, like you know, you want it.
So you can use that as a build-up time for when it done. You just shoot
right in.
Thank you.
And that was something I think for me I had to learn that too, that really and truly when the female are basically on their cycle, that's when they're on their peak. I didn't know that before, so I learned that here. So that's something you can write down and say, yeah, we know that. Alright? Alright.
So if as a male, while your partner is on their period, how you feel? Like you feel like it's a total shutdown?
No, for me it's not a total shutdown. For me personally, I sort of know my wife's cycle, so I know when it's coming.
Where you make up
So
your
you make
mind,
use,
say, alright.
yes, you make use of the days before.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, okay, for the couple of days there, you're going to take a break, and then, so I think it's not something that just come upon you sudden. So I think you're just basically gonna need to prepare yourself for it.
Yeah,
You won't die,
prepare.
it's just for a couple
But
of days.
some women hide it, they cover up, you can't, we not talk about this.
No, man,
It's
me
not
neither.
And one of the thing with some male think that this is nasty
Yeah.
Can't sleep
and you
so
can't
hard.
touch me and you can't cook for me and you
The
can't.
devil is a liar.
The devil is a liar and so is his
From
mother-in-law.
Yes.
This is the time. This is the time
Yeah,
that
you need
women
comfort.
need comfort.
You need comfort.
We need a male here to rub because sometimes
Rub
we
your
feel
belly.
some we feel some terrible
Pain.
tummy pain and we need
Yeah.
a blender for rub the tummy. You know, comfort cannot give you
Comfort
that
was in that
comfort.
time.
And you know that make you feel? Oh,
And sometimes it's really the society that men grow up in, because before I wasn't even afraid of pod. And a free I said to Connie one day, so I want to see how you put it on, because in my head, I think it was just plaster up something. That was what I thought.
You
It was just a
literally
plaster.
think, you know, like you get one cut, you put it
And you
on
pick it
the
over
cut.
it.
You think that's so it goes.
Yeah, so when they had to take it as a no, we want to put it on myself. And this, so I didn't know.
I like your attitude.
You have to do that.
Yeah,
You have to do
yeah.
that.
My
Suppose.
husband are the same way.
If what do me know,
Yes,
me
no.
know,
If
say,
no,
me know
yeah,
if you do it.
yeah.
My
So
husband
if
are
we
the
have
same
a
way.
daughter, if we have a daughter now, we know say if me not dead and her cycle starts when me don't know me gonna foreign or something.
No,
He's there in a go like, ah Jesus, me forgot call your mother, me forgot call your auntie. That me who me go call now for sure this because me can't deal with this. He knows. And I have taught him about the different
Pads.
tools, different pads, tampons,
Mhm.
cup, everybody me tell
Yeah.
him about them. So
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
about them.
It is important. I
Way
think
to go, way to go.
Jerome, you're on the right track. I
Yes.
think it is imperative to know about these things because it's something that your wife goes through on a monthly basis, and you can't leave her alone in it because that is the time that sometimes she will need your support even more. And it is imperative that you show her that you support her, that you still love her in this time. You know, lie down and cuddle, rub down belly for that.
Fling foot and
Put up foot and do, and you know about these things. So this even show your this even allow your partner to feel a greater
appreciation
and that you love them and so on.
And
So
we can't
before you
wait
endorse
for
that,
oh
yeah.
gosh.
And then
Oh,
when you
what
gonna
term?
come back to
Our term, one of the thing where from me say who don't feel good, him say want to bread van lip down your puppy. That's a girl's term.
Yeah.
Bread van lip down. Bread van lip down with puppy. Right. Yeah.
Alright. One other question I have though. You have one question though? I still have one other question. I know this one too again is a conflict thing. So there are some persons who are against contraceptives, some who they are basically for it, and then when it comes on again to Christianity again and denominations, there are some churches who say, okay, boy, once you get married, no condom, no this, no that. What's your views on contraceptive in Christian sex?
As we say, when they really got them church, then we tell we kind of tell we how to do things, what to do, what not. We just want to say we are walk right with the Lord, right? So, as for me, I am not against using contraceptive. Me really love. One thing really make me really use condom per se because me no want no more baby. I understand, but me love bareback. I love it feel on the feel, you know, you get a different feel when you use condom, it a block all of them sensations, you know. You understand? Yeah, but it's just for protection against unwanted kids.
So for you, it's really up to the person if they want to or they don't want to use it.
Yes.
Alright.
well for me, as both of you are in the relationship, you have your plans, you know what you want, so you have to decide if contraceptive fit into your thing, because sometimes you're just starting out, you are not ready to take on the challenge of a child and so on, so you want to protect against that. But as it pertains, you're not really advocate for protection against STDs because you would have done your testings and so on. But most time contraceptive is used as a method to delay pregnancy, right? You're not ready for that as yet, and you want to even take some time to enjoy your partner and have your partner to yourself for a period of time. Nothing is wrong with that. You understand? So I am for contraceptive if that what is work for you. And if it not work for you, go right
It's
through.
fine, yeah.
Go right through.
So I like the way you basically explained. And guys, I think the takeaway from this is basically that everybody's an individual. Your relationship will be different. So we respect everybody's view. If that thing works for you, then do that, right? So I think what our two guests, the main thing they'll basically say, this is their perspective, and everybody will basically be sharing their perspective. So we want for you, feel free to drop your comments down below. Share your perspective. We respect your perspective likewise. I encourage you also to basically respect other person's perspective. But at the end of the day, ensure that your marriage life is really what you want it to be. Ensure it's fun. Ensure that you're basically enjoying your marriage life.
I just remembered that I had another question.
Okay, no problem.
Ken touched on something where some persons would think that to talk about having sex or anything of that nature, sex in general, is a sin. And worldly and people do them something, right? So even if they do it in a marriage relationship, they still feel guilty. So how do they come out of that mindset of thinking about it as wrong and come into knowing that this is the life you're supposed to be living?
It's our thing, people. Our thing. Married people thing.
And
Well-
it's from God, so it's I'm not say dirty.
Well, for me, it's all about the socialization because some of these beliefs have been are imputed from a person's from their a child. You understand it based on how their parents talk to them about sex because we know that growing up in our culture, Canessa, our parents not to get us to have sex. They will
Tell
be
us it's
they tell
wrong.
us that it is wrong, and if you happen to it, this is going to happen to you, and that is going to. It based on what that person was told about sex, and it also has to do with maybe their first sexual encounter. Maybe it was a difficult one, you know. So that contributes as well to the person's belief, the mindset. But if you find yourself that you are having these type of thoughts, or because God make this wonderful thing and put it in marriage for you to enjoy. So if you find that you are not enjoying it and you are shameful about it and you feel guilty when you have it, it's something that maybe you need to speak to a counselor about or a therapist about because it's definitely a wrong belief, it's definitely a wrong thinking, and you need to do some kind of counseling to correct that.
And make sure that when you're speaking to your children, you tell them that doing it now at this age is not good for you. But when you're older, no matter tell them say right off, no, you don't have to do this, it's nasty, you don't have to do it, it's not
Yeah.
good. Talk to them realistically and let them know how to go about these
Yeah.
things.
Because in reality, without sex, we would not be here.
Exactly.
So I think we are not good then.
And it's definitely,
And then-
definitely has
Yeah.
to do with where the parents them tell them children about
Culture.
sex and how we were culturalized and socialized. That is how our beliefs sometimes develop. But definitely, people now coming and having children, you want to make sure you educate your children. Then. You want to make sure you tell them and tell them the right things then. Because back in the days, our parents was only trying to scare us. You understand? So the narrative that they use or the conversations that they use to try to dissuade us from having sex was do something to our mental beliefs. You understand? So it kind of scare us off. Even when we go do it, you still feel guilty because based on what your parents did tell you before. So you need to clear up that. It's sex is a beautiful thing, guys, and it is best when it is have in the sanctity of marriage.
Alright.
And then it all boils down again to religion, what these denominations are teaching their congregation about sex, because we know of instances where married couple, the husband never see the wife leg yet. If them a go to bed, she in a long shawl. If them a have sex, it have to do in a dark, then can't do sex in a light. Come on.
We're children of light.
Come on, I love to see, and Mr. Ben love to see where he's going, and I love to see what I'm getting.
You need to see the
Fully
rules.
endorse that. Fully endorse that. Fully in
So
agreement.
it all boils down
So-
and I am saying to the denominations out there, wise up, stop misleading your congregation.
Definitely.
Sex is a beautiful thing. It was created for man and woman to enjoy in the
Sanctity of marriage.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
So enjoy it, do not endure it.
Alright, I like that.
Exactly.
Alright, so guys, please drop a like. Please, we're beginning to like the video. We're gonna give our guests just the last the opportunity to say their last remark as we close up on this video.
Something that you think that people need to know about sex in marriage, misconceptions that people might have, or anything like that.
For me, guys, I think communication is very important in your relationship. Not only to talk about how the bills are going to be paid, not only to talk about where you're going to live, but also to talk about these important things as well as sex. To talk about how you want it, how you like it, and so on. And do not sit down and endure it. It's something that you need to enjoy. As Mila said before, it's not something to be endured, it's something to be enjoyed. So you need to make sure you communicate with your partner. If you want a good sex life, communication is needed. Nobody is psychic, nobody is reading anybody's mind, or nobody now perform telepathy around you. We don't believe in those things. So you need to open your mouth. God gave you a mouth, and you need to speak for what you want, what you desire. Let your partner know what you desire. You'll be surprised sometimes. Them glad to hear you talk. I'm glad to hear you tell that only do that, man. When you do that right there, dead face or something long time. And I want that to say, oh yeah, beer all these times and you never say anything.
You know, it's a long time we didn't want to try that. I'm glad you say it, you know.
Yeah, because sometimes you never think so you don't want the thing to what you don't want it. So you just you need to speak. You need to communicate in your marriage, guys. And if you're having any guilt or shame as it pertains to you're a married person and you're having any guilt or shame to about sex in your marriage, that is a wrong thinking. That is could never be from the Lord. Alright? So you need to sort out that part. Maybe you need professional help as it pertains to that. So you need to sort out that, and you can communicate this to your partner as well, make him know. So babe, because some people have some terrible experiences before, and everybody and everybody was virgin when they married. Some people had sex before, and sometimes when they were out there in the world, some people was raped. Some things they were abused, and all of these things. And sometimes some of the things that one man do, I trigger them. Right?
True.
It trigger them. So you need to, you see your wife
Tense
up her, so you need to talk to her. You need to find out why these behaviors, why she's reacting this way every time you touch her, so or every time you do these things. So and try to give her the help that she needs so you can enjoy her and so on.
Nice. Over to Neela.
Okay, so as for me, sex play a very integral part of a relationship. I remember in our early years of marriage, as I said, do not confine sex to the matrimonial bed. Go out there, enjoy. If you're driving somewhere and you go on your peak and you feel like you want to stop at one area and do it. I remember my husband and I we used to that after we won. we have this part that we used to call lovers lead, where we normally walk, especially when it's moonlight, and we walk around there at night time and we watch the moon, and then the two of you there embracing each other and you're watching that, it kind of spark a little thing. So
Sex under the light of the moon.
Oh gosh, so we used to call around there lovers lead. So enjoy what God has created for us to enjoy as husband and wife. Do not endure it. Enjoy it to the fullest, because one day will come when we're going to have a shape.
And another thing too I want to address as well is that with some of the people them we have been driving a long time, like we have, and even longer than we have. Sometimes the desire sometimes might win. You understand? You're not that eagerness and that excitement at the beginning might not be there, where it is that our life sometimes happen, you get more busier. If you need to schedule these things, you need to schedule it, make sure that you are getting it in. You understand? So do not because you're not exactly. Do not make life get in the way of that, because sometimes you are me busy and you're clean this and you're clean that and you take care of the children and you're working and you're all of these things, and then you neglect that part or that aspect of your life, and then next thing you know, your husband will look up on the neighbor and look out the road and all these things. So you need to make sure you
can't look across your by fence.
You need to make sure so you schedule this thing,
thing,
prioritize it.
Another thing, wives out there who are expecting. I remember when I was pregnant with my child, the sex drive did kind of drop. And one of the things I told my husband, no, because me not in the mood, me a starve you. Take it, hold me down, take it. Because me no want you go and look over the fence. So we know as a woman body built up, So at that time, in the mood, nobody run the man and chase him figure look Sharon or look Margaret or take it a fear one. My body no belong to me, no a fear from the day we go in front of pastor and say, I do is your body is mine and my body is yours. So no withhold from the man. Give it to him. Make him take it. Take it.
I fully agree to with
Yes.
what Neela said, because it's not all the time you're going to be in the mood. And if you follow if you follow feelings,
Yes.
if you follow the feeling, you're not going to do. You're not
So
going to
take
do
it. No
You
follow
say,
my
when you're
feelings.
tired, you say when you're tired, do it.
And guess what?
It
And guess
releases
what?
tension
Guess
and
what?
tiredness.
Yes, when you're tired. Yes, when you say you're tired, and him take it. You don't know where the strength come from. You don't know where. You don't know where all that where that the
Motivation
Oh
comes
gosh,
from.
and I cannot want to stop. So yeah, no it's all.
Guys, make sure you put it in.
And guess what? Can you say you guys are new on the block? Go market sometime. Sell. Go market, Jerome. You hear? No care how small the dollars be. Go market. You hear? Sell a thing.
Ask her what she means.
You
So
must
we're
sell
going to
liquor.
ask
Ask her what she
Neela.
Sell
means.
liquor.
We're
Sell
going to ask
liquor.
Neela what she means by selling.
You gotta
So
tell them what I
understand.
mean.
You must sell your spouse a liquor sometime. It helps sparks, you know?
So you
Yeah.
can buy some lights.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, that works for Neela.
Yeah, it works for me.
That works for me. That it not much work in your relationship because that don't work in mine because my husband knows they have him property. So
Take your whole style. Let's take your whole style. So we have like nothing
He's
else.
not going to pay for it. I used to do me can't hold out either because me eager too. So
It's not that me can't hold on. It's not that me can't hold on.
So
But
well
me just
want
enjoy
it.
it.
Me well want it too. So
It's just being creative and make the thing work.
But this works for Neela and whatever works for you in your set. Whatever you need to do to spice up your thing, people,
man.
you do that.
And I remember in I Am Ready for Love, Carla said something. Find a liquor spot.
Or a chair.
Or a
Or a
chair.
chair.
And call it your own.
Yes, man.
Yes.
Alright guys, so this is a lot. Really and truly thank you guys for staying with us. Thank you for watching this video. Remember to drop the like, drop your comments down below. Share this video with somebody. Please. Thank you guys for watching.
Somebody out there need to hear this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to thank again our guest for sharing with us. Honestly, on the road, just move. You understand? I heard please. Yeah, man. So big up on yourself and see you guys next time.
Bye.
Tell me say you need.
Alright, so Neela forget something important. Other one they gonna know, Neela?
What I want to say to you guys, make a position for yourself.
own.
Call it your own. Give it a name.
Yeah.
Mine is Jacama. What is yours, Kate?
What Jacama go? What you have to say? Oh, Jacama go, Neela.
No, I don't want to disclose. I don't want to disclose. So make the position
And name
You
it.
can't
name
teach Neela
it.
style.
Alright.
Make it and name it. Call it your own.
Alright, Ken.
Mine is the cow.
Says when something happens, you move. Kalisa, come over here, sir. Kalisa, what is yours? What is yours? What is yours?
What is yours?
How do you call it again? What do you get a name, man?
Do tell.
What do you call the comment of the name? Yes?